Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Glorious Leader Orbital Potato. We start our episode off over in this little corner of the map, the town of El Nizia. Yeah, it's gonna be renamed in time, of course. Try not to commit to actually doing anything in the same episode in which I pronounce that I will do it. Anyway, yes, we start over here primarily because I wanted to talk for a little bit about this area, but also about the mechanical components factory. Now, as you'll note, the number of employees that we currently have working in this components factory, it's pretty disappointing. We were doing much better actually until I think, well, people started to move away, and none of everyone. I mean, lots of demands remain unfilled, primarily because I only half-heartedly started actually setting up the facilities for this area. But that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're doing pretty darn good on the whole mechanical components front. We got 184 tons of the thing sitting right here, which is great. And what we're going to be doing in this episode involves mechanical components. Or, well, it tangentially involves mechanical components, but it definitely involves this area. If you'll recall, we left these two, little bits of tracks sticking out. Now, the aim always was to build a big old railway up to this town over here. And in today's episode, we are going to be doing that. But the reason that we're going to be doing it is it's twofold, actually. We are going to be building our first ever electrical components factory, and the electrical components factory produces electrical components, and it takes in plastic, it takes in steel, and it takes in chemicals. All of that is very, very cool. Also, environmental pollution. This supposedly matters, but I have yet to place down an environmental monitoring station. Maybe I'll do that in this episode. You never know. Yes, so that's the electrical components factory, and I would like that to be over here. We've also got the electronics assembly hall, which I'm also hoping that we'll be able to link together. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that we will be able to sort of have, you know, this thing there, and then this thing at the other side, and then a central warehouse just sort of in the center. That way we can have all of the resources delivered to one central location, and it'll all just work flawlessly. I mean, I'm absolutely certain that it won't work flawlessly, because things never ever do, for some obscure reason with me. I don't know why. They just never do. All right, so let's immediately start the process of building. And yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, that is pretty much it. We're probably going to do a little bit of landscaping over here. I mean, this area is actually not bad. Yeah, this area is not actually too bad in terms of flatness. However, just purely because of ease of access, I think we probably want to keep it to this side of the town. Okay, so let's bring that up here. Great, and then let's get a good old road vehicles depot. No, not a road vehicles depot. That's not what I meant at all. I take it back entirely. A construction office is what I actually want. There we go. Get a construction office. Get that built. Perfect. If we get that built, then we get ourselves some excavators, some bulldozers. I think 6 is probably more than enough. And then let's do a tiny little bit of terraforming. I don't want to do too much of the stuff, but we do at least want to, you know, sort of give ourselves a little bit more room to play with, really. Because I'm thinking that just in terms of the cost, I don't really want to take the rails round to the other side of the city. It's already going to cost us a heck of a lot of money to get the railway extended over this way. The other thing that we need to consider is the time that it takes for the resources to arrive at the destination, and I just don't really want the goods to be on the train for like 15 years before they get to where they need to go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it relatively near over here. Okay. Yeah. Alright, bring that down just a smidgen. And then let's have a little look-see. Okay, so we're going to go into various industry, then we're going to go into electrical components factories. We're actually quite lucky that the size of these factories is pretty darn small, actually. Okay. Move this over just a little bit. I mean, maybe we honestly move it back this way? Yeah, somewhere around about here. The 2 excavators are working overtime to make sure that we get it all done. But once it's done, it's done. Come on. Oh, goodness gracious me. Why is this taking such a long time? Alright, just move it a little bit. Okay, fine. Great. And then the electronics assembly hall, which I'm still kind of hopeful we can sort. We can get both of them. In fact, I've just had a brainwave. I've had a brainwave here, folks. Hold on. Don't cancel the demolition quite yet. I've had a brainwave. My brainwave is as follows. Right. Here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I would like to get a warehouse right in the center here. No mistake in that. However, I think I would actually like to get 2 warehouses in the center here. So if we can get a warehouse that goes right about, in fact, well, if we could have one there and then a further one up here, that would literally be the most optimal situation. Then we have one warehouse that is inputs and then one warehouse which is outputs. It might be a little bit cramped, but it would be oh so good. It would be oh so joyful if we could make it work. Okay. Let me see if this is indeed a crazy orbital potato idea that might just work, or if it's a really bad idea that I'm going to need to try and blame on someone else. Tell you what, that orientation might be... That might work. Maybe just. Maybe just. Yeah. No, not at all. That does work. That works. And that does work. But it will require this building to be finagled just a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe we demolish this big house here. Do I really want to do that? I kind of do. I kind of do, purely because I don't really want to faff around with this for too darn long. But if there is another way to do it, then we'll do it. If only I could invert the orientation of this thing, then that'd be fantastic. That might work. Let's give this a crack. That does indeed work. All right, fantastic. All right, we got our choice. We got our choice of which port to use. Okay, now let's link up the railways. See if that works. That works pretty darn well. The irritating thing is that we're going to have all of the resources dropped off here before progressing through to the next thing, unless we can somehow manage to get like a branch off here. But I mean, I sincerely doubt that will be allowed. Crossing not allowed. Too sharp a turn. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Yeah, I mean, we would have to get a bridge over here, but that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let me just hypothetically here, of course, purely hypothetically, let me get rid of that warehouse and see if I can place it down again. Because if we give ourselves a little bit more room to play with. Nope. But that does work. Right. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. This is always the way with these things. Right, try that. No. Okay, it needs to be moved across just a bit. No, okay. If we inverted this factory it might work. But otherwise, I just don't think that this idea is just too grand. Okay. Yeah, it's too grand. It's too grand. It's too grand. It's just not gonna work. I don't think that there is anything else that we can use to store these resources here, so... I mean, to be honest, we could just store them all in a single warehouse. We could just have all of the inputs in one single warehouse and then all of the outputs in the same warehouse. But I think this is the way to do it, even though we do need to sort of compromise a little bit. You know, compromise has become a little bit of a dirty word in modern times. So let's not worry too much about doing something, which is definitely a good thing to do. Oh, hold up. It looks like I have done the impossible. I have absolutely done the impossible. Great. Well, that makes me much happier. That now looks like a possibility. Can I build a railway bridge, please? Right. How steep can I make this bridge? And how unbelievably dark does it need to be when I do this? Some other infrastructure is in the way. I mean, what infrastructure is in the way that I could possibly care about? All right. Okay, there is definitely latitude to make a success of this. But I have a funny feeling that I'm just not going to be able to pull it off unless I start this. Angle of connection is too sharp, too steep. Okay, if only I could curve railway bridges. If I could do that, then that would be oh so delightful. Okay. Right, do that. And then we take it back a couple of notches. In fact, does that even connect up? I don't want to do it and then not have it connecting up properly. Right, do that. Take it back just a little bit. Right to there. Perfect. What is this other infrastructure? I mean, I know it's the thing underneath. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, get this... Oh God, get rid of this wireframe, please. Okay, build a mud road. Connect it up there. Connect a few other bits and bobs whilst we're around here. Hire my traditional 20 workers and then just sort of hope that it gets fixed. Leave it alone. If it doesn't get fixed, I mean, it doesn't even really matter that much, to be honest, does it? Okay. Back to the bridge. Back to the bridge situation. It is kind of pretty simple, video game. Okay, if I was to remove this, right? If I was to remove that, give you a little bit of space to do your thing. Tell you what, if we were to do that, would we? Hold on. No. It doesn't want to do either of those things. Okay. This is how we're going to do it though. This is how we're going to pull this great coup off. Okay. All right. Give that a shot. And then I'm sure I've got a factory connection. Yeah, hotkey there somewhere. Overlaps with existing construction. Why is it, video game, that you are so convinced that I don't want this to happen? Okay. Okay, let's take this back again, take this back again, take this back again. Okay. Literally that. Oh, but the angle is all wrong. It's just not gonna work. I mean, that would work, but I think it's too low. It's too low. We need to get height. We need to get height slightly faster. Okay. Can we use that cheesy strat that we have with bridges, where we basically just take advantage of the fact that it's a video game? Okay, how high do I need to... Okay. And that still wants to connect. That won't connect there, but that's fine. Right, this is going to be the time. I swear to goodness. It's always that pillar at the very, very start that I can't understand why that pillar wants to be there. Like, does it need to be right there? Even if I put the height up, will or the height down? Angle of connection. It's just so darned irritating. There is another alternative though. The other alternative is to make it... Okay, hold up. Yeah, to make it like that. Then like that, and then we just sort of build it up in a different profile. Oh, yes, that is exactly the ticket right there. Okay, so that's gonna be the lane that goes. It's gonna be the rightmost. It's gonna be the rightmost track that connects up to. All right, I'm honestly shocked that even worked. Okay. All right. This is a new song. It's a little bit sad for my taste, but that's fine. I should really just demolish this road. That's pretty much exactly right. Yeah, that's real good. All right. Great. Rebuild that road. Happy days. Okay. So, that's going to allow us a direct sort of bypass of the input warehouse, and then that'll just be the export warehouse. So, you know, if it gets to a point where we are producing too much of one thing, then we can always go and collect it over there. Okay, and then that's going to separate from here. Great. We'll make sure that the signals are in place right now. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit expensive building a bridge. Can we put signals on the bridge? What? That's got to be a change. That's got to be a change. I refuse to accept. That's not brand new. We can even put a signal in there. That's perfect. Okay, unpause this, and yeah, let's continue. Okay. What's next? Well, we need to get this sorted. And by this, I mean this area predominantly. Which is going to be a gosh darn pain, really. Okay, let's try and sink this down. If we can try and sink this area down sort of like wholesale, then that means that we can maybe sneak in a track around the back. If I have a little look at the wireframe. I mean, it's going to need to come down in height fairly substantially. But it seems to be quicker with the excavators. I don't know. It's quicker with the excavators here. And I really don't know why that is. Alright, but that's fantastic. Alright, keep up the great work, everyone. Positive energy, positive mental attitude. That's all really, really important. Okay, and then let's just do a little bit of terrain averaging to hopefully smooth out some of the irregularities over here. Maybe if we get a lot of orange stuff, that's usually a good indication that things are looking pretty darn swell. Oh yeah, that's a great start. That's a little bit less of a great start, but that's not looking too bad. In fact, that's looking real good. Okay. Is there any way that we can just straight up get that connected again? I mean, that is really kind of as good as it gets in my business, in my line of work. That is pretty darned great. I don't think that there's anything else that I need to consider. We do need to consider roads and access for workers. So that's maybe something that we can do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. A good thing that these roads don't actually really matter even slightly, and we can just reposition them to be slightly funky in order to accommodate us. There we go. So that's looking good. That's looking good. And pull that out. Put that across. That's great. I don't think that any road is going to work over here. Although, in saying that, we could just straight up... We could straight up make this work. If I didn't use such an obtuse type of road, then that'd be great. Okay. There we go. Let's make this happen, I guess. Can't build due to infrastructure below. Really? You know what? It doesn't actually matter as long as we have a footpath in, and there are plenty of footpaths in over here. In fact, if it's probably worth us just getting like a bus stop over here, and then just having a footpath which goes. Can a footpath not fit under here? Huh. All right. Well, that's a little bit irritating. Literally no chance of that happening under there. Okay, the alternative is that we need to set up 2 bus stations. One bus station which deals with this factory, the other bus station which deals with that factory. I can just about countenance that issue. That's not a problem whatsoever, though. I joke. It's really not a big deal. Really not a big deal at all. Right, yeah, the bus platform right there. And let's just set up a little walk route. Great. And that walk route is going to sort itself. Perfect. Let's get this funded. Let's get this funded. Great. Now, the one thing that I do slightly worry about is that my finances are in a shaky situation. Not super great. Not super bad, to be honest. But could definitely be slightly better. So before we commit to, a fantastically large amount of infrastructure investment, can I just have a little look and see what's going on? Also, you know what I should really do? I should really make some pollution monitoring stations. It's an equipment for citizens, really. Okay, what is the pollution monitoring system over here? And how much does this thing cost me to build? 1,200 rubles. Don't mind if I do. Right, view actual pollution. Alright. I mean, that's not bad at all. In fact, that's great. This town over here probably has it slightly rougher. Yeah. Hey, what's the pollution over here? Pollution over here isn't even that bad. Yeah. I guess it's just the oil refinery and the steel mill which give off really, really bad, and also the chemical plants as well, really bad toxic chemicals. So, I mean, on the whole, actually, I think my population have actually got it pretty good. There's going to be no pollution over there, no real pollution over there, maybe a little bit of pollution over there. Maybe over at, where we go, Sudi Tudi Town, yeah, the most Soviet of Soviet names. Just build it anywhere. Even over here, it's not that bad. It's literally just the oil plant, the oil refinery. But, you know, I had the foresight to build it somewhat removed from the town center, so it's not even really affecting this area over here. One worker can't work due to sickness. I'm pretty sure that's not caused by the pollution. Yeah, so everyone needs to quit complaining. Anyway, yeah, we don't really have enough workers. We don't really have enough workers because I've sort of poured so many people into education. I don't think my workforce has ever been more educated. This is a truly buzzing city, but unfortunately, almost no one is actually working at the oil refinery, which I must say is a bit of a negative. It's a bit of a bad thing. It's a bit of a bum deal, as they say. No, you're almost ready to go. You know what? You go to the customs house. Go to the customs house and remove the diesel station from that list there. And you can just go to the customs house too. All right, if we send those 2 trains to the customs house, then that'll probably tide us over for at least a little bit, which is what matters, right? Okay, so the roads over here are ready to be built. For some reason, I'm going to have to do them manually. Really don't understand why that happens. 283,000 rubles worth of trains to be built. Worth of rails to be built. And that is all because of this stupidly expensive, ridiculously over the top bloody bridge. Look at the size of this thing. It is absolutely ginormous. I think, to be honest, I just need to bite the bullet and just go for it. But 200, I literally don't have that money. So instead, I'm going to use dollars. Yeah. I used dollars and literally $350,000, well, not down the drain, but I mean kind of effectively down the drain, right? Right, let's get our warehouses. We're investing in our future, and that's what matters. Okay, so 150,000 rubles for that, and then 73,000 rubles for that. I think we might just have enough money to make it. Okay. Looking good. And looking good. Alright. I don't want to commit to building this quite yet, just in case we just don't have enough money to do it. But that's okay. Also, the other thing that I wanted to deal with, not in this episode, because I don't think we're going to have the disposable income, but I want to get another coal power plant, you know? There is no reason not to get another coal power plant. We got a heck of a lot of coal stored up here. We got another, you know, we got room for another 3 power plants, really, at least. In fact, we've got room for multiple. In fact, we can extend it all the way down the river, should we wish to. And just get loads and loads of power plants. But you know, we can at least turn our 3rd one on. There's no reason not to, apart from the fact that it's going to cost 370,000 rubles. That's a significant investment that is going to take a long time to repay. I'm lost. Where am I? Building is on fire. Let me go and have a little look. Can this building be accessed by road? Great question. Great question. I mean, look, it should be able to be. It definitely should be able to. Oh. Overlaps with other infrastructure. Yeah, I mean, I know it does. But I mean, no fire trucks are coming to deal with the fire. Yeah, I know. It's real bad. I mean, there's no footpath area to connect it up to this here place. I mean, this should connect, right? Oh, hold up. I saw a flash of green there. Oh. Is that the only flash of green that I'm gonna see? Can I connect up a footpath to that? I don't think so. I think it's too short for a footpath. Even a mud footpath. Right. Well, let's ditch this conveyor. I quite literally cannot afford to have that yeah, destroyed. It's really, really important. But at the same time, so is that conveyor. And therefore, I'm going to need to rebuild that pretty much as swiftly as possible. Can't build due to infrastructure below. Yeah, okay. Here's another plan. Here's another plan. My next plan goes like this. Right? Delete that. Will that just quite comfortably work? Oh, you beauty. You total beauty. And that is gonna, I'm gonna build that with dollars actually. Because otherwise it would torpedo a lot of my available rubles. The reason that I want to keep rubles around, by the way, just FYI. No fire trucks are coming to deal with a fire. Yeah, I should probably connect up that road that I just built to something else. Okay, that should allow... Yeah, fire truck is called and is headed to the fire. Great. In fact, I think there's a fire station... Yeah, not altogether too far away. Oh no, maybe it is far away. No, here it is. Here we go. It's only got 105 liters of fuel, but that's not a problem. There should be no issues. There should be absolutely no issues at all getting that extinguished. There are a lot of people working there, and some of them are even quite smart people. So there you go. Okay, anyway, we got this all up and running. Perfect. Let's get that bit of road built for the sake of it. Sure. Let's get all of the factory connections up and running. Yep, that's going to be funded with dollars. The reason that I want it to be funded with dollars is about to become pretty darned apparent. So, we've got the electrical components factory, and that just happens to be the first stage of the puzzle. So, we don't actually need to build the electronics assembly hall quite yet. We can afford to just try and figure out what we need to get where just with the electronics components factory. The electrical components factory first. So we need to get plastic, we need to get steel, and we need to get chemicals delivered there. Okay. Now, we've got a couple of options about how we want to handle this. I think I'm leaning towards one way other than the other way. So, okay, let me explain to you exactly the different ways about which we could go about doing this. So, we've already got a steel train. We've already got a plastics... In fact, no, we don't have a plastics train. We've already got a chemical train. That chemical delivers to... The chemical train delivers from the chemical plants. Yep, right over here. Delivers to the plastics factory. Plastics... Yeah, the plastics factory, sure. And then it goes off to the fabric factory. In fact, here it is, right now, as if to illustrate a point. So there you go. It delivers 50% of its load to the fabric factory, and then 50% of its load to the plastics factory. Anyway, given the very, very significant distances that we're up against here, I think what we want to do is we want to have a jumbo train. So I think we probably want to have a jumbo train that collects the steel, that collects the plastic, and collects the chemicals. Like a single train that does it. Not entirely sure how I feel about it, to be honest. Diesel locomotive. The very cheapest of the cheap, please. That will do just fine. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare to do. But I think we kind of have to. So we're going to want one for... In fact, let me have a look at the ratios. Let me have a look at the ratios that are going to be consumed over here. So 1.5, 1.5, and 1.2. So actually, I think we maybe just roll with 3 boxcars. And then we sort of see how that goes. I say 3 boxcars. I neglected to realize that steel is collected on open hull. So let's give that a shot, shall we? Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's good. I think that that's good. We're going to need to obviously set it up on a very complex route, given that this vehicle can transport pretty much anything. Pretty much anything, actually. So, we'll go here. Then we'll go here. And we'll be on load. We're going to click wait until loaded. So you're going to load up on chemicals right here. Yeah, we're gonna load not 100% of chemicals, whatever one boxcar is. So we're gonna load 25%. We'll say 20%, sure. 20% of that, and then we're gonna go over here and load 30%, basically. 30% of chemicals. Yep. Okay. And then we want to head across to here and pick up, load 100% of plastic. But this will only be 50%. And then we want to go over to here and load. Oh, we need to wait and sure that's wait until loaded as well. Wait until loaded. Yep. And then we want to pick up steel. Right. Now, this obviously highlights the incredible issue that we're going to have with steel production. I'm going to send that train on its way so that we can start accumulating a little bit of steel in this yard over here. But the problem is, the real problem is that we're not going to be producing steel anywhere near fast enough in order to make this area, in order to make this train busy. But anyway, that's what we need to do. So we've got chemicals, we've got steel, we've got plastic, load 100% of all of that. And then, where the heck even am I? Yeah, then we're going to come across here. And we're literally just going to unload absolutely everything. And I'm going to stick it on wait until unloaded. Although that will probably change once we set up a second delivery train over here. Because this electronic hull, I think, has other requirements. It's also got mechanical components. And it's also got, well, it's got what we're producing over here, which is electrical components. So there you go. A lot to take in with that, but that's okay. This is going to be the most complex train route that we have managed this far. But let's give it a little bash up. Bash up? Let's give it a little shot and see if it works. Let's give it a little shot. In fact, maybe we should start taking some steel from there. That actually wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. Huh. Yeah, maybe we'll change that. But you know what? I am going to change that, actually. There's no reason not to. Right. Hold on. Pause. Go here. Load. 100%. 100% of steel. We're not going to put wait until loaded on here. We're just going to leave that. In fact, we're going to turn both of those wait until unloaded is off. All right, great. Keep up the great work, everyone. Let's see what happens. So burning the midnight oil, we're going to step up to the chemical plants. 17 tons of the stuff is waiting to be collected. We're only going to be collecting 10 of the tons, or even less of that, actually. Why are we stopped? Okay. It should have completed that. It did fulfill its objective there. 19%, 29. Fills up to about 20 tons. Yep. Or it should do anyway. Okay. No, stop. Stop. I want to I want to see what's on the I don't know what building is on fire now. Okay, that was really stupid. I've got to assume that it's one of the oil refineries. Because I can't look at any of the messages now. Because I burnt it before even looking at it. Let's just hope that it wasn't. Let's hope that it wasn't major. Otherwise, that's going to be a problem. Anyway, yeah, so you're producing chemicals and you're going to load them straight into that truck there. Then let's go to the plastic area. I want to try and sort of simulate it all. Get it all simulated. Right, you're going to go up, around, and back down here. I really hope this isn't a key building. It's not the oil refinery. Nothing like that, I hope. Okay, apparently we just can't use the wait until loaded functionality if we're using the joint cars for whatever reason. Right, just go directly there. Fire extinguished. What was it? Oh, that's distinctly uninteresting. It would have been quite a ways away to get to the power station, but that's okay. Well done, everyone. I'm glad that you were able to execute on my orders without burning the building down. Okay, sticking in fast forward speed. I'm just gonna get it to go directly to the, well, to the railway yard, really, to pick up the scavenged steel. So if we can do that, then that will save us waiting around at the steel mill for steel that is going to take a long time to get built up. Okay. Good stuff. Load 100%. Seems to be taking an awfully long time, but really not sure why. Yeah, we should have 67 tons of steel here, and then we should be off. Great. So now we're off to the most important bit of it all. It's the warehouse. And I kind of want to follow this train on the way around. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's get our traditional Russian music on in the background, and let's watch this train in, well, what will be like a gazillion times fast forwarded. Let's watch it. Let's watch it go. Nope. Yes. Let's watch it go. Right. Okay, we're on the final stretch. Let's swap it down back into one-time speed to see it arriving. The fateful arrival at the warehouse. Of course, the warehouse which doesn't have power, nor does the component factory. But that's okay. That's okay. We don't need to sort that quite yet. We just need to get this sorted. Oh, you know what I've just realized? I've just realized, rather stupidly, that we haven't taken account of the fact that this area needs steel, and we can't drop steel off at this here factory. Huh, okay, this is a slight inconvenience, I must say. Well, it's also okay. It's also okay, because Potato here is going to fix it. Right, let's get a small storage yard. In fact, no, it can't be a small storage yard. It needs to be a big storage yard in order to take advantage of the fact that this area is... All right, we need a train. Okay. Delete that. Medium storage yard. Yep. Okay. Let's get this all leveled. We should not have any storage yard issues whatsoever. It should all be completely fine. Even though I miscalculated, it'll all work out. Yeah. Storage yard, medium storage yard. Okay. Ditch this, take that back. And take this back. You know what? We can make the road work. As long as I make the storage yard work now, that's the priority. Okay, so. Connect up, easy peasy. Great. Road. Oh, that road actually is going to be pretty easy to connect up. Very easy to connect up. The bus station can just go there. No big deal. And then the rail connection. I tell you what, it would be kind of good if we could get the rail connection to loop back into like here. That will involve That will involve getting rid of this area. However, we should be able to do that without a hitch. Might just take a little bit of elbow grease. Okay, fantastic. And then we split this off. Not the super special track. We don't need super special track. Not yet, anyway. That's partly what we're doing here. We're sorting out the super special track situation. And then that is just going to connect back up right over yonder. Okay, great. And loop right back in there. And that's the route out. Fantastic. Okay, great. Let's get that built. 20,000 rubles. Fantastic. The road. Let's build the roads. Build all the roads. All the roads that we possibly can. Let's get them all built. Let's get that built. Great. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay. I did say wait until unloaded here. But that looks like it can't stay the same. But that's fine. Right, let's get this building finished. Then we go there. And then we go unload 100% of anything. In fact, hold on. It says unload 100% of anything. Let's put that back on. Yeah, hold on. Go there. Why are you having an issue? Oh, no. Why does that present you with an issue? That shouldn't present you with an issue. You should be fine. Oh, no. Say it ain't so. Say it. Please say it works. It does look like it works. Is it because I haven't signaled it properly, or is it because the railway just... the track just isn't going to work? I'm really hoping it's the... well... I'm really hoping that the track works. Okay, anyway, let's sort of ignore that slight inconvenience for 2 seconds. I mean, it's not really an inconvenience. We just ditch this. We ditch this sort of bypass here. Which is going to be a bit of a... not necessarily a problem, but a little bit of an inconvenience. So we, you know, if we can avoid it, we're going to... Okay, so in the warehouse, we want to drop off basically plastics and chemicals. Yeah. Basically, unload 100% of anything. And then here, we're going to unload 100% of steel. And we're going to wait until unloaded. Wait until unloaded there. Perfect. Okay, let's say go to the warehouse first. Great. You finish your mission. And then you immediately turn right around. I mean, this is somewhat of an issue. If I remove that, will that make any difference? It says that this is electrified. Can I de-electrify this? Does it need to be does it really need to be electrified? Okay, can I make that two-way? Oh, this is gonna be so irritating. I thought it was too good to be true when it first came up. I did think that. Now it's saying that it'll do it. Hold up. It says you'll do that there. Will that actually work? Wow, that works. Okay, not entirely sure why that happened, but also, that works too. Does that still work? Okay, I really, at this point, have absolutely no idea whatsoever. This is an issue if I can't place a signal right here. Seems that I can. Right, so you unload the steel right here. Fantastic. And now we have absolutely everything that we could possibly need. And all we need to do is get the workers sorted. And that's exactly what we are going to do. As soon as I get the bus station set up. Bus platform small. Brilliant. Build it. Get it built. Road vehicles depot. What about over here? Looks good to me. Get that funded too. We slightly have ignored the whole fact that this area needs power. But that's fine. Okay, good. You know, it's probably better that we use an American bus. Yeah, we'll use an American bus that takes 78 passengers, 76 passengers. Sure, 2 American buses. That seems like a pretty darn good deal. So from there to there, get out and in. Perfect. Oh, you know what? I make this mistake every single time. Oh, we could also put a bus stop in there. Like a proper bus stop. Yeah, I need to start actually using that bus stop as it's intended to be used. Okay, hold on. Take this land up. Raise the land. And put a gas station in right there. The gas station does kind of need to be refueled, but it's going to be refueled through automatic purchase at the moment. Everywhere is without a power supply, so that should probably be next on our agenda to fix. There is a transformer over here. That transformer is already pretty darn full. I think maybe we should just split this existing wire. There's not many megavolts going through the wire. Now the maximum that it can take is 2.2. So if this thing is only experiencing 0.6 basically, then it's still got sort of double the capacity, which is great. That's actually perfect. That's exactly what we need. I don't really want to faff around with creating a massively complex power structure at the moment. We'll just sort of leave it. Right, get that built in there. That built in there. That built in there. And then we'll build quite an expensive thing all the way over here. Right there. Yep. And where did I put the power poles? I had them up here somewhere. Oh, goodness gracious me. It's right there. It's right there. Perfect. Okay, get that all built. Grand. Buildings without power supply. It should be fixed momentarily. 1.7 megawatts. Not very many megawatts are required. Alright. Great. So with that, we've got power to half the city. It would probably be a nice idea if we got power to the other half of the city at some point. In fact, you know what? That point should probably be now. Yeah, is there somewhere better that we can put it? I mean, ideally in the center. Right. And then we'll build it with wooden poles because it doesn't actually need to be a huge amount of energy. Ditch that. Perfect. Put that in place. Alright. I'm on a roll. I'm in the zone. This is working. It's working quite well. Okay. Now, where the heck is the pole? You can barely see. Oh, hold up. I can see now. You can barely see where the connection is. Alright. Now we have power over here. Great. We got power over here. Is it enough power? Are we able to transport enough power over to this part of the world? I think we are. I think we are. Voltage is looking healthy. Everything is looking good. Right. Why is this? Oh. Why is this bus finding it difficult to navigate? Because he would need to navigate over ground that frankly doesn't exist at this point in space-time. Right. You dispatch as well. Great. Okay, we're going to start producing electrical components. We've done it. We've done it. We're there. Where's the train? The train is presumably making his way downtown, uptown, wherever the other side of town. He's going to the other side of town, which is great. Happy days. And so these guys are going to get out of the bus right there as that bus turns around oh so slowly. Excuse me? Where did they all go? I see no people. Right, 100% go to the factory. If I have to prescribe it, I have to prescribe it then. Alright. Will it work now? There we go. Everyone floods out. It all works perfectly. And we have 50 brand new workers to work at the electrical components factory. And are we making a single bit of electronical components? Oh, hold up. We need to make sure that we don't store any electrical components. No, we probably want to store mechanical components. But we don't want to store electrical components over here. That's for sure. We don't want to store electrical components over here, because that is all going to be stored in this area, which is great. And we want to make sure that we don't store any chemicals. We don't store any clothes. We're definitely not going to need to store any food or alcohol or fabric or mechanical components or plastics. Literally just electronic components and electronics. And we can store 50 tons of both of those. Fantastic. On all fronts, that is absolutely fantastic. That's great. We got quite a few more tons of everything, really. We've got loads of space for absolutely everything. We're not going to be storing electronic components. We might be storing mechanical components. We're not going to be storing electrical components. Not going to be storing clothes. Not going to be storing alcohol. Not going to be storing food. Not going to be storing crops. And everything else I'll sort of just keep distributed fairly evenly for now, because we're probably going to want fabric. We're probably going to want mechanical components. And we're probably we're already using plastics and chemicals already. So that's actually really quite perfect. And that means we've already got 4 tons. 4 tons of electronic components. Now, how much? How much would 4 tons of electronic components go for if I sent them literally to the other side of the map? 1,700 per ton. 1,700 rubles per ton of electronic components. I think that might be the most expensive thing. No, electronics is marginally more expensive. Oh no, chemicals are slightly more expensive than that. Chemicals are a big pain in the butt to get, though, so there's absolutely no chance that I'm going to be selling any of my chemicals. Not to mention the fact that the quantity in which they are manufactured, so darn small. So darn small, like it's not even funny. But that's okay. Okay, we're making electronic components. That's great. I think the last thing that I want to do, because I unbelievably, I think I might just be able to afford this. I'm just gonna build it with dollars. Let's just build it with dollars. You know, we've got the dollars in the bank at the moment, so we can afford it. Also, I wanna use my rubles to buy a train. That's what I'm gonna need to do. So, what do we need? We need plastics, electronic components, and mechanical components. Okay. You know what? Hot take. Let's fix this. Let's fix this up. So, where's my train? Also, what the heck is going on here? What are you doing? Why did you go this way, chemical train? That wasn't very clever, was it? That wasn't very clever now. Oh, you stupid, stupid thing. There we go. Okay, I've quite literally absolutely zero concept about why you would want to go up there. Yeah, absolutely zero idea whatsoever. And in fact, that has delayed so much stuff, but it's actually been a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because I want to get you to go back to the depot for a second, and the reason why will become clear imminently, I hope. Missing power. Did we... Oh, the buses have been delayed. Oh, because of this train over here. Oh boy, what a joke. Okay, well at least the buses should just be able to pick stuff up and immediately pick people up and immediately start resuming production. Yeah, you know what? There is no reason not to get this entire area. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. Even though I don't have any money to do it with, I'm going to do it right now. Because it's... The amount of times that it has interfered with my plans, not inconsiderable, to be honest. Okay, don't auto-build, because I would like to know roughly how much this atrociousness is going to cost me. Okay. Crossing not allowed. Building is in the way. Angle of connection is too sharp. Come on. Nice. Let's just cheese it, shall we? No, maybe we can't cheese it here. Oh, no. Yes, we can. Nice. Okay, so how much is that going to cost me? 35,000 rubles. Honestly, a price that I'm happily willing to pay. Okay. Come up here. Come up here. Come up there. Perfect. Just build that entire thing. I don't even want to think ever again about having any train delay any of the sort of crucial not coal transport, people transports to the area that we need to be in. Okay, also, why is this taking such a darn long time? Okay, go there. Go there. Right, move along, please. I know there's no real reason for you to be here either. In fact, there is definitely no reason for you to be here. You should have gone the other way. Right, this thing as well, I really don't understand why you're there. It's kind of good, though, because it's fine. It's fine for now. Anyway, has the train arrived back here? Great. Fantastic. Because I want to add a brand new cargo wagon. I want to add one more single brand new cargo wagon. In fact, no, I don't. I want to add... In fact, no, I just want to add one more cargo wagon. And what we're going to do on this train is keep the exact same orders. And instead, we're going to reduce that to 19. And we're going to reduce that to 9. So that means we're going to be taking less chemicals, but we're going to be taking more plastics. We're going to be taking more plastics. Also, that should be chemical unload there as well. We're going to be taking more chemicals, but also more plastics. The reason why will become very clear in just a second. So before I go and tell you the reason why it's going to become very clear, hold on a pea-picking minute. Where's the train that delivers mechanical components? Is this one of the, like, 2 times a year? This is one of the 2 times a year that it actually takes a trip out to the end of the world. Okay. Unload 50%. Unload 50%, and then immediately after that, I want you to come all the way back. Come all the way back to over here. And then go there, and I want you to unload 100% of anything. There we go. We're going to unload mechanical components in this factory, and just like that, we will have sorted absolutely everything. Yep. I didn't think it was possible, folks, but everything is going to be sorted. And just like that, we're going to be taking in slightly more plastic. We're going to be taking in, you know, an extra carriage of plastic, basically. An extra boxcar of plastic. Is going to be dropped off at this warehouse here. Then it will be transferred into the electronics assembly hall. It will be combined with the electronics from the electrical components from there, and then it will all just magically work, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't believe that I'm actually at a stage where I can confidently say, yes, we did it. We're doing it. We're actually very, very close to being done with it. Yeah, so I guess, honestly, the start of the next episode is going to be the real litmus test as to whether this whole strategy has worked out. So I'm still gonna sell off half of my load of mechanical components. I mean, it's too much money to turn down, right? It's too much money. Hold on. Why is there an issue? Says there's an issue right here. It's probably an issue right there because I put in a whole bunch of signals in the wrong way to try and make something happen. Didn't really work out. Hopefully now it should be fine. There we go. Right. Okay. So that should absolutely fix all of your problems. Great. All right. I guess, as I say, the litmus test is going to be in the next episode. Will we be able to make a car in the next episode? I actually think the answer to that is yes. I think we're going to be able to make a car in the next episode. I never thought ever I was going to be able to say that, but I am now predicting with confidence that we're going to be making a car. Yes, ladies and gents, if you can't tell, I'm very excited about the prospect of finally making a car in the next episode. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be great. You'll have to tune in to see if we're able to do it. Who knows? Might not happen. It might happen. I'm certainly hoping that it will. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.